Hello friends, welcome back. BigDenoPlays Kinfire Delve. We're playing the third version of Kinfire Delve. We're playing Callous's Lab. It's a cool version of this game. I find all of these versions of this game to be absolutely excellent. Probably one of my favourite little games that I've played in a long time. No doubt helped by the extremely high quality of the production. So there's some of those shuffled. We'll shuffle these. Once again, I've dealt out Callous and I've dealt out the starting cards. We will 1, 2, 3. And we're playing Asha of Brillbrook. Her special rule is when you attempt a challenge with at least one progress on it, you may add one additional progress to that challenge. Asha was a fun character to play in the game. Kinfire Chronicles. So yeah, this should be fun. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I had these a bit further over. 5, 6, 7, 8. That is a lot of greens. That is a lot of greens. Let's have a closer look, shall we? We've got search for traps. After this action, add one progress to all traps. No traps. Blinding flash. If you fail a combat, ignore the penalty. That could be good. That could be good. So we've got a challenge here called Stolen Essence, which we would be able to use, which we will definitely use actually pretty soon. So we want to focus on the triplets and the crystal brute. Triplets and crystal brute, we'll focus on them first. We're going to use these two together. When this husk enters play, remove one progress from Callous. So Callous starts with 10, so he's now down to 9. Unearthly agility plus obstacles. After this action, draw 2 cards. Plus 3 for 10. Okay, cool. Before this action, you may discard a challenge that you aren't attempting. Interesting. All right. So let's go with a blinding flash, and we're going to do this on the triplets. So a blinding flash, and we'll use this sneak attack to boost. So that is 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need to roll 2 greens here, and we're ignoring the penalty. So we don't roll 2 greens, so we come up short by 1. So that's okay. We discard these 2. Unearthly agility. Let's use Scorpion Strike. It's going to allow us to draw cards. We'll conclude that. So we'll gain 2 cards. 1, 2. Which is good. The triplets are completed, and we delve for 4 with the triplets. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have found a mental parasite. Okay, so that says each time you roll the darkness symbol, discard a card. I don't love that. It is a trap though, so we could... No, that is blue. After this action, add 1 progress to all traps. Okay, search for traps. So probably what we want to do, interesting. Let's do this mule kick on the mental parasite. So the mule kick is +2 if attempting a challenge with no progress on it. And let's scout the area to boost that. And yeah, we'll actually boost this. This is discard 2 cards, which is going to be okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is our total that we're spending on this. 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 because we're attempting a challenge with no progress. 5, 6. So if we roll 2 blues, we succeed in defeating this mental parasite. And we indeed do roll 2 blues. So the mental parasite has been defeated. We delve for 1, 2, 3. And we've found the extraction room. If completed, 3 delve and add 2 progress to Callous. That is an obstacle. So, what I'd like to do is do this husk thing and then we wipe our hand. So I'd like to do that with just 1 card left in hand. So I think the best way to approach this is the coup de grace, the unearthly agility, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and Asha's dagger 7 on the extraction room. And we just need to roll a single green or the other one. Oh, it's a bad time to roll that, Deno. If failed, remove 1 progress from Callous plus 1 for each husk in play. So that's okay because we are almost guaranteed to get it now. Extraction room again, we're not going to play a card. Actually, no, let's not do that. There's no value in that now. Let's do this stolen essence. Discard this card and a challenge. If it is a husk, discard your hand and then draw a new hand without gaining an exhaustion. So we will discard that. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we might as well 1, 2, okay. Progress cannot be added to any non-guardian challenge. Cheat the system. Don't roll this turn. If you complete a challenge you're attempting with no excess progress, 3 extra delve. That's pretty cool. +2 if attempting a puzzle. All right, so I think we have to go against the Guardian. We've got our Raven Charm, which we can discard to prevent any damage. So yeah, let's use Sneaky Feet. Oh, I wonder, extraction room. Discard your hand. Yeah, so you don't get to flip your lantern with that stolen essence. It will do Sneaky Feet. If you fail a challenge, ignore its penalty. And we'll go here against the Guardian. And so that's 2, 3, 4. And we ignore the penalty on that, thanks to that. Now this one says, discard after either failing a challenge to either flip your lantern or remove an exhaustion. I think we'll do that. So yes, so we'll flip our lantern. Eclipse. After this action, you may discard 2 challenges. Get out of here. Now this is going to work fine. So we're going to attempt a challenge with at least 1 progress on it. We may add up to 1 additional progress on that challenge. So we're going to add 1 to the Guardian. And then we're going to use Precision. Don't roll this turn. If you complete this challenge without overhitting the mark, which we will exactly on the Guardian, we delve for an extra 3. So that is a total delve of 8. That's a nice one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Get that up your Callous. All right, we found What is that? I've never seen that. I've played this one 4 times. The Gigant. If this challenge would be discarded, instead add 5 progress to it. That's awesome. Look, it's Delve 12. This is crazy. All right. Well, cryptic device. This is amazing. I love this game so much. I really love this game. I don't know why, it just rustles my jimmies. We're going to do this, and we're going to use Snake Eyes. Before this action, add 2 progress to any challenge. We will add 2 progress to the crystal root. And because of Snake Eyes, we automatically succeed at the extraction room. We don't need to roll, and so we will add 2 progress to Callous. So we're back up to 9, and we can delve for 3. 1, 2, 3, and we've found a resonant stone. Okay, the resonant stones are really good. They make all other challenges easy to complete, with the exception that if you suffer the penalty, you have to suffer it twice. So let's do outside the box thinking, and let's do the odd raven charm on this cryptic device. So this is +2 if attempting a puzzle. The cryptic device is. This starts at 4, and this is 5. And this is only 6 because of the resonant stone. I can complete it without needing to roll. Is that what I want to do? Yes. We will complete it without needing to roll. Would I have succeeded? I would have succeeded, damn. Okay, so, no, I need to do that a slightly different way. Roll that back, Deno. 1, 2, 3. Roll that back. That roll is irrelevant, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this Eclipse. After this action, you may discard up to 2 other challenges. So we're going to target the Crystal Brute. He's only 7, so the roll doesn't matter. And so we have completed that Crystal Brute, which means we delve for 3. 1, 2, 3. And because of Eclipse's sight, we can discard 2 other challenges. So we're going to discard the Gigant. So we add 5 progress to him, because that's what you do instead of discarding him. And I will not discard any other challenges. We have an Observer. Each time a challenge is failed, discard it. Haha. This Gigant combat's looking very tasty now. Okay, so I think we will go with that plan now on the cryptic device. So we're going to be 4, 5, 6, and that guarantees it. We'll roll anyway. It would have not been necessary. When completed, discard 1 other challenge of your choice and flip your lantern. So we'll flip our lantern again, and I bet you can guess which one I'm going to discard. It's the Gigant. So we're at 10. A mental parasite. Before this action, you may move any amount of progress from other cards to the card you're challenging. Each time you roll that, discard a card. All right, we're going to use this on the Observer, Eclipse Twilight Sight. So that is going to allow us to defeat that completely because of the Resonant Stone. We do still have to roll in case we roll a Knight symbol, which we didn't, which is amazing. So we delve for 1. And then because we use that, we can discard 2 other challenges. So we'll discard this, and we will discard this, which is going to add another 5 to take us to 15. All right, so now we do a Hypnotic Eye and Callous's Cipher. What is Callous's Cipher? All other challenges. Once this challenge is completed, all non-combat challenges enter play with 2 progress on them. Cool. I think there was an errata on this card because there's literally no downside to just popping that over and over until you get it. So, Hypnotic Eye. If you must discard more cards than you have in hand, lose the game. Okay. Before this action, you may move any amount of progress from other cards to the challenge you are attempting. So we can defeat the Gigant for 12. And then we have to take a thing. Yeah, so he's 15. We're going to add 1 for 16. 17, 18, and because of the Resonant Stone, it's only 19. So we need 1 red or 1 white. Oh, of course we don't. So we suffer 1 damage. We suffer our first damage. We're down to 9. And we are exhausted. So we are going to flip Life Leached Away. Remove 2 progress from Callous. Then shuffle this card back into the exhausted deck. Okay. So we are flipping our Lantern though, which is nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, we're going to use Asha's Dagger to defeat the Gigant, and we can do that and then return it to hand. After this action, unless your hand is empty, return it to your hand. So delving for 12 is great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And a husk. When a husk enters play, you remove 1 of these from Callous. Alright, so that comes back into hand. +3. Before attempting a combat, so we could do the Resonant Challenge, no. Discard after failing a challenge to either remove, flip your Lantern. Yep, so let's do Sneaky Feet. And we won't boost it with anything else. We're going to do the Hypnotic Eye. If you fail a challenge, ignore its penalty. So we get 2 successes, which takes us to 4, meaning we need 3, and we ignore its penalty. And then we will use Precision. If you complete the challenge you're attempting with no excess progress, delve for 3. So we're getting a delve for 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've completed this component of the game. Well done, Asha. So that's a strong delve component. We get into this component now with our Lantern online and stuff. So we have Combat 001, Combat 002, and Immortality. And then we're going to flip Callous. We're going to find out which one he is. He is... Hiya! The Art of War. Plus 5 difficulty for every face-up gauntlet card. Okay, so every darkness symbol is a health. We do have 9 health, which is good. Plus 5 difficulty for every face-up gauntlet card. So we discard this challenge, flip it over. We have to complete this challenge. If you complete it, flip it over. And you don't roll for this challenge. Yeah, okay, so discard if you complete or discard this challenge. So we've got our option. We're eclipsing here. So yeah, so let's use these two. So eclipse is 5, 6, 7, 8. So we just need to roll 1 red on this one here. There's 1 red and it's no darkness, so we don't suffer a wound. So we complete this challenge. This challenge cannot be discarded. If you complete this challenge, flip it over. We will then discard this, and then we will discard immortality. So Callous is 25 difficulty because we have this here. But we've already got 6 in him, so we need to get to 19. So let's do a coup de grace on Callous, who is vulnerable to green actions. And he has at least 2 progress on him, so this is going to be a 6 plus our roll. And we can add an additional progress because we are Asha. 6, 7, 8. So we're adding 8. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We're now 15. And then we will use another green one, which will be Snake Eyes. We will add a progress to a challenge. Before this action, add 2 progress to any challenge. 1, 2. We'll boost it with this, and we'll boost it with this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We did not roll darkness, but we didn't roll a green, so we turn this face up. However, we may have completed it anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus 1 is 6. 15, 21. Oh my God, 24. It is, we didn't complete anyway because he's flipped up the face-up gauntlet card, so it's 24. These all go away. We suffer an exhaustion. Each time you suffer 1 or more damage, suffer an additional damage. But we're going to flip our lantern, and that should pretty much do us, I reckon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, so we can just use Eclipse's sight. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on immortality. So we complete immortality, which is flip it. And then because we've used this, we flip that. And we now need 20, and we have 24. That is it. Victory! Great. Great little game. That was a rapid little version of Kinfire Delve. I'm getting obviously better at reading the cards and stuff. I should really put together a little impromptu review on these games because I think these are just wonderful. Yeah, let's do it. I've got some of the I've got the other boxes here. So I'll get out some of the cards while I'm talking. So yeah, look, there's so many things to like about this game, right? You've got incredible artwork on these cards, which are also of an extremely high quality. And as someone who is very much about artwork, you know, painting models and what have you, here we are with what is a really exceptional piece of artwork just from these cards. Gosh, I love it. I've really got to relax on how much I like these cards. I think it's a bit excessive, really. Let's get Core out, big Core. There he is. And then, where's our last one? We're missing some more. Anyway, let's keep talking about this game. I measure a good game by a few things. Complexity is not one of the things that I measure on a game. A game can be very, very complex and very good, but it can also be very complex and not very good. As an example of a complex and good, Aeon Trespass Odyssey, extremely complicated but worth the time it takes to get a handle on. Some games are complex for complexity's sake, and you know I don't enjoy those as much. But then at the opposite end of the spectrum, you have games that aren't complex, but what they do is they create a lot of interesting decision space. And that's what this game does extremely well, is it creates a really meaningful decision where you are, you know, challenged to do a variety of things, and you have the tools at your disposal sometimes, and other times you have to take the lesser of the two weevils. So a decision space is where games, I measure them on good or bad, and the amount of decision space in this little product for what is essentially probably 60 or 70 cards and a couple of dice, it's really, really high. And I think that's an amazing achievement for them to then, you know, as I've said many times, compound with the quality of these cards. And I mean, I can't get over. I just love these little characters. Like the back of the decks are so cool, and I feel quite close to these characters from having played them in Kinfire Chronicles as well, and reading a little bit of their backstory and stuff. There's an element of randomness, but it's not an overwhelming randomness. You know, you don't feel like, oh my God, if I roll badly, that the game is over. You know, we're talking about the difference between 0 and 4 progress. So it's a small amount of randomness, but just enough to add that difficulty of decision making. And then the clever little systems like this exhaustion, you know, not just getting to replenish your hand, having to decide when to take exhaustion, when to run the risk of having too many exhaustion cards to be able to do what you're trying to do. It's just great. I would highly recommend. I think these will probably be in my top 10 of the year. I don't know how much I'm going to get to play them. So I've talked about this before. How I rate games is usually based on, do I buy this game for my gaming group and myself, you know, a big 4-player, 5-player game, or do I buy it for purely solo, or do I buy it for a 2-player game that I can play with my partner or, you know, my friend Whaley. And I bought these more as a 2-player game than solo. The 2-player game is great. You use your boosts to boost your ally, and it really is one of the problems I have with 2-player games generally is it's you do your turn, I do my turn, and we don't interact on that. And so games that really work for me at 2 players, like Primal, like this one, are games that you actually interact with what your person that you're playing with is doing. You know, so in this one, you'll be boosting on their turn and they'll be boosting you. So you are engaged on their turn as much as they are engaged on your turn, and that's a big plus for a 2-player game. Whereas, something like Leviathan Wilds, another example of being able to support with those cards that you can play at any time to have them do something in their turn. So that's another thing that ticks the box for this in terms of being a 2-player rather than solo, pure solo. But I do think it's not too bad at solo. If I was to reflect on my experiences of the game, I actually think it is easier solo than it is 2-player. And that's why I tend towards wanting to play 2-player more than solo. And I say that because the 6 games I've played solo, I've won. And the 3 games I've played 2-player with Mossy, we lost all 3. So one of them we were really close, but the other 2 we just got smashed. So I think and I don't know how to address that or what specifically it is, but I think having the ability to double boost yourself and the managing of your own cards and exhaustion cards, it's possibly, I think you get through your deck quicker, which means you get to see more of your cards, and pretty much everyone's got a card that is like Ready Your Lantern or Remove an Exhaustion. And so if you know that you're going to play that card to remove an exhaustion, you can prepare for taking an exhaustion and then move into that card. Or if you're getting it in the first run, you get your lantern out early, you flip it twice, and the lanterns are super impactful. So it's probably that, the being able to cycle through your full deck with more consistency. Whereas in 2-player, I don't think I got through my whole deck once, because you've got 2 people's decks running at the same time, putting out progress on challenges and so forth and so on. So, and you also only have 7 cards in your hand when you're playing a 2-player game. So you are less likely to run through your deck. Anyway, I would highly recommend this, and I don't often talk about affordability when I'm talking about games. When I'm talking about games, I don't often talk about affordability. I'm unfortunately of the school of, if it looks cool, I want to buy it, and I buy it, and I don't usually think about the financial side of things too much, which is probably to my detriment at times. But these are, incredibly affordable games. This sits up there with 20 strong for a whole lot of game in a very small package. So Big Deno thumbs up. And this will be getting probably a 9 out of 10 on BGG rating from me for all 3 of these little games. I do want to do some more review content and a little bit more, board game analysis content rather than just playthroughs. I mean, I really enjoy doing playthroughs, and when I watch board game content online, it's generally board game playthroughs. I don't generally watch a lot of reviews or analysis, but I know that the majority of board game YouTube channels get a lot more into reviews, analysis, and that type of thing. So I would like to do a little bit more of that, but not lose the thing that I enjoy most, which is this. And my top 10 videos of last year was sort of my first attempt at doing something like that, and that was a lot of fun. I'd like to be able to do some more cool stuff. So great. Exciting news for me personally. We just settled on a house. We're about to settle on a house, and so we'll be moving into a new studio for the BigDenoPlays and the BigDeno Paints, for that matter. It's one big studio now, which is pretty cool. I say studio, it's just a room. But we're going to call it BigDeno's Big Den. So that's going to happen in about 3 weeks' time as I'm recording this. So I'll be no doubt switching off for a few weeks while we do the move and set up the studio. But it's exciting times. So I look forward to playing some more games with you in the new studio. And next playthrough, I've already got it out because I'm excited for it. A bit of Hadrian's Wall. Let's colour in some circles. I'll see you then. BigDeno out.